let's talk about the quarterback, the new starting quarterback of this team, Trey Lance. He's the quarterback
Did you
here.
say Jimmy Garoppolo? Were you going to say Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, Jimmy's persona non grata right now. Brian Greasy was asked, like, have you spoken to Jimmy since you got in the job? And he was like,
no,
nope. Like, so this is Trey's time.
Yeah.
He's getting all the first team reps, and if he looks good, then who cares about Jimmy Garoppolo at this point? And I mean, from what I saw, 17-20, he looked sharp. It was 7-on-7s. The first team defense was missing lots of starters, but like, really, what more do you want? What more is he supposed to do on May 24th in that setting? I think it was definitely the first hurdle, and he cleared it easily.
Well, and he was missing a lot of offensive linemen, right? It's the whole team was really missing. There was a lot.
It was mostly 7-on-7.
For sure.
There was some 11-on-11s, but yes.
For sure. And that's fine. Again, I don't think expecting day one of OTAs, you're going to come away with a lot of what you saw on the field. But there were a lot of things that I came away with, and we're going to discuss those throughout the night. But to me, I guess what I wanted to ask you is, like, did you notice anything? A lot of people talked about Trey Lance's throwing motion. I know the question was asked to Shanahan. I personally looked at it and wasn't like, oh, wow, it's so refined and different. I didn't see that. Maybe it was slightly different. And he talked about the finger being an issue and having to finish off of a different finger, and that threw him off a little bit last year. But to me, I didn't take a lot away from what I saw on field or what you reported you saw on field and the little bit that you showed us happened on field. But I just didn't take a lot away from that, from a physical aspect and a throwing aspect. That's me personally.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is he just looked more decisive and confident. Like, it seemed to me like the ball was getting out of his hands quickly. He wasn't searching for his second read. He was getting the ball to his first read pretty quickly. Now, maybe that's just because it was 7-on-7s. But to me, that looked like a difference. And when I asked George Kittle about it after practice, he pointed to that. Like, he's just much more confident now. I think it showed. And Kittle even mentioned it, like, in a 7-on-7, you just got to stay in the pocket and throw. And that's good. That's good practice for him. I think he looked like it wasn't a weakness, right? 17-20, what more could you do?
Last year, even in 7-on-7s, was he pretty mobile? Like, would he roll out a lot? I know he did an 11-on-11.
He would hold the ball a long time. There'd be hesitation.
Okay.
There'd be hesitation.
Okay. So that is a difference.
I think that's a difference. Great. I think
okay. No, that's awesome. So, but what I will say is, and I did take something away from, I think it was your video that you posted where Trey Lance was throwing as the team was running out. He was kind of doing some throwing drills. And one thing I did notice, now this may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but to me, I look at the little nuances, the little wins. And to me, Trey Lance, you talked about confidence and being more decisive on the field. I think that showed pre-throws. And what I mean by that is, as soon as the players start coming on the field, he does a little flip to Brandon Ayuk. Listen, not a big thing, but that tells me that those guys are tight, right?
Yep.
You just flip the ball to him, he flips it back, whatever. And then as all the players are running out, he stops his throwing and daps everybody up. Just shows them a little bit of love. To me, that says leader. That says comfortable. That says he knows exactly what his place is on this team. And that was really shown in a lot of the conversations at the podium from not only himself and the way that he answered the question that you asked him, but also his teammates talking about how he's coming out of his shell a little bit. And you could just see it. I mean, there was like a noticeable swagger that he had. He's always had a little bit of swag to him. He always said the right things, but I just feel like listening to him this year, he doesn't have that nervous quiver in his voice. He's very confident in who he is, and it showed very early on to me. And those are some of the things that I took away.
Absolutely. And it's like he showed all this natural confidence. I was thinking, like, you didn't just develop this overnight. This is you. And what happened was you muted this last year out of deference and respect to the veteran quarterback and the fact that you were just a rookie, and just to sort of, show the team that you're a team guy. And he did that, and it probably felt weird. It probably felt like it wasn't natural. And now he gets to just be. And to me, I just saw a guy being himself. I was like, oh, that's what last year was. That's why it was so awkward. Your press conferences, it's like you were trying to be someone you're not. Now he can just remember how comfortable and Jimmy was last year, in those press
Yeah.
conferences.
Yeah.
Trey was like that. To me, that means it's my team. My franchise, my team. I'm allowed to talk how I want it. It's not like he was cursing like Jimmy Ward or anything like that.
Right.
No cursing, Jimmy. I love
Tisk.
Jimmy. He really doesn't care anymore. He's at the podium, just like curse word after curse word. Like, I love that man. He's great. Great.
Jimmy Ward.
He's bomb.
Yeah, I mean, his personality just really is starting to take over this team. And it's so fun to watch him come out because really it was that interview that broke him out of his shell, right? And I don't, I know there's a lot to make of whether the players like you or not. I don't know if he does or doesn't. That's really irrelevant. What he has found, though, is a way to interact with you, have fun with you, and just be jovial with everybody around him.
Yeah.
He talks a lot of trash.
Yeah.
He backs it up, and he's not afraid to just be who he is now. And I love to see that from Jimmy Ward.
He has fun with the whole process of being a professional athlete too.
Yeah.
Love it. Great guy. Yeah. He's super smart and sophisticated. He is. I'm a Jimmy Ward fan.